This might just be the best figure in my entire collection. This is Transformers Studio Series 86 Commander Class Ultra Magnus, one of the most solid, fantastic figures I have ever had the privilege of handling, and one of the coolest figures in my collection, in addition to having some great engineering, great accessories, and being a freaking beast. He is awesome and has so many cool features and great paint, just everything. And cause he's a commander class, he feels so solid in hand. Like, everything about him is like so incredibly well made that when I got this guy I was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, he's like one of the most solid figures in my entire collection. So yeah, like he's great. Like, there aren't any like hollow bits on him either that would make him like look bad too. So not only does he feel solid, he also looks incredibly solid. He also has some amazing light piping in his head here. I know I'm not showing it off all too well because I don't have like a direct light to put on the back here, but you can see just with the sunlight that's coming into my room and me blocking this this clear part in the back of his head here, you can see that light piping works really well. One of the best light piping features I've seen on a figure in a long time. When this Ultra Magnus was first revealed, people did say that the stock images made him look a little too wide, and on camera it definitely looks that way. In hand, it is not as bad as you would think. I think it is partially due to the way his arms transform and also having the limb removal gimmick up here, but it really is not all that bad. He looks fine by me. Honestly, I think any wider and maybe he looked a little blah 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 would have looked a little off, but yeah, he looks great. And speaking of that limb removal gimmick, if you want to do that, all you gotta do is bring his arms back here, and he uses Combiner Wars type of connections over here, so you can just remove that out. Take that off there on his arm, and then you can just close this back up and you can have Magnus's stray arm. And on the legs here it's the same thing. You just pull this little red tab down and then slide this out like so. And yeah, you can do that with the other two sides too, but I'm not gonna bother because this is really funny. He also comes with some good accessories. You got his blaster, his other blaster, and you also do get some effects parts here with this big Omega Supreme one and 2 extra tips. The tips of his shoulder cannons here can also come off, and then you can take the effects parts here, and say you want to take this piece there, you can take that off, take the red tip here, put it on there, and then plug this into there, so you can make it look like he's firing off one of his little shoulder rockets, and that is very, very cool in my opinion. He also has a matrix chamber, and if you want to access that, you just want to take this blue piece right here and lift this up, and these two side panels are spring loaded, so they will open automatically, and you can see the matrix in there in a beautifully painted silver and silvery gray chamber there, which looks very, very, very nice. Little disclaimer, this is not the matrix that comes with Ultra Magnus. This is actually SS86 Optimus Prime's matrix. I just thought that the lighter blue core that this matrix had would look better on Optimus, so I gave Magnus this one. But yeah, and then if you want to close this back up, just hold the spring trap doors down. Wow, I'm in my FNAF era again. The spring loaded doors down, and then bring this blue piece down, and it will tap into place just like that. When you do get this guy, his little ear antennas here do come as separate pieces in the box, so if you do decide to get him, just be careful with that and make sure you don't throw the weight of the box without realizing, hey, he doesn't have his ears. His articulation is very good if you ask me. So his head is on a ball joint. He can literally look all the way up. he can look down. You do have a little bit of tilt there, and you can get it a full 360. That's on a ball joint and a hinge, so you can kind of see that down there. So you can get into do a little bit of this too, this sliding forward and back. The arms are on some ratcheted joints here. These can do a full 360. They can go out as well. You do get a swivel at the bicep there, ratcheted elbow joint as well. And for his hands, you do get a swivel here and then a 3-finger trigger finger split down here. It's a little hard to actually do this. There you go. So you can see you can have him with this pointer finger out, or you can have this entire hand open like so if you want him to. But I leave my Magnus with his fists closed. So yeah, he does have a full 360 waist rotation there. The legs, well, this crotch plate can go forward, and this butt flap can open, and these side skirts can open up as well. So I'm just going to lift all of these up to show you. His legs can come up that far on soft ratchets, back that far, out that far, swivel here at the thigh. You do get a knee joint, soft ratchet as well, and the feet are on a little ankle tilt right there. So he has some very good articulation, if you ask me. You can get him in some really nice poses. So overall, this robot mode is very nice, but what about his vehicle mode? So for his transformation, you are going to have to remove his little shoulder canton things here and put those off to the side. Now, like I said at the very beginning, his transformation is very cool. It's very complex, and it's fun to just do back and forth, honestly. And this Magnus does not have the white prime thing like the Siege and Kingdom Ultra Magnus does, and I'm a big fan of that because if you ask me, I can't stand the white prime thing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to come to his arms, open these panels up, extend this section down, and then close that up like so. Then take this entire section here, bring this up, and then there are, I just hit my mic, sorry about that. These little panels are going to flick in and clip onto these sides there, just like so. And then you're going to take these little panels on these sides of the shoulders here, flip these down, and bring those in like so. And then you can take your shoulders and just bring them all the way down. This probably will come undone, so just be aware of that. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side here. So there you go, there is this arm. And then we can come up here and we can flip up these latches like so. And then we can take these sections with the arms here and just extend them out like that. Then we can take these two side sections here of his chest and flip these out just like so. And now we can work on this whole section, and you can take his chest piece here, bring this all the way up. For this part, I like to take his head, just bring it back here. So then you can take this entire section and bring it up just like that. Then you can take these smokestacks back here and just flip these up like so. Then you can take his head and bring it back up. Then we can come back here and undo these side panels and then bring this section up like so. And you're actually going to bring this all the way up and then feed his head here like so. And then you can take these back wheels and flip these sections out. Now you can remove this entire white cap section here for the rest of the transformation, which is what I am going to do, but you don't have to. It is not necessary. So I'm going to take the rest of Magnus and just put him off to the side here, and we can work on the rest of this. So once you have it like that, just make sure his head is a lot far back like that, and then you're going to take this center panel here, flip this up, feed this through this hole, and then it's going to clip right here. And then Magnus has some little slots in the side of his face that are going to go into two tabs down there. So just align that up and tab that in like so. So now it should look like that. Then what you want to do is you want to take this chest piece here and just bring this down. It's going to make the top of the truck. Take this bottom panel here, bring this up right here, and then take these wheels and just push these out like so. And then you can take these side panels here, and there's a slot and a tab here, slot and a tab here, so just bring this up and tab that in like so. Same thing on this side. Just do all that, and then you can flip this little windshield panel out here, just like so, and then bring this up, and that will tab in right up there. And there is the cab of Magnus's truck mode. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that off to the side so I can bring in the rest of Magnus here and we can finish off this transformation. So next what you want to do is you want to take this little panel here, flip this up, take this section and rotate it around just like so. And then once you've done that, you can take his crotch panel here and just flip that up. And now what you want to do with the knees here is you want to untab them. You can see in there a little tab will go into a slot inside the knee, so just untab them, bring this back, and then on his knee joint, bend that knee forward like so. And then do the same thing on this side, so bring this back, collapse this forward. Then you want to take this entire section of the foot here, untab the side, and then this all the way back like so. So do the same thing here, untab it, and bring it all the way back. And then you can tab the legs together here, just like that. If it wants to work. There we go. And then what you want to do now, you're going to take these red panels here, you're going to come up, and this little tab is going to go in that slot right there. So bring that up, tab that in, bring this up, and tab it in, just like so. You want to take these little blue sections here, flip these up, and they are on a slider. So once you flip them up, just go ahead and slide them forward like so. Same thing on this side, flip up, slide forward. And then you can come to these little wheel sections. Actually, I'm going to move his shoulders. These wheel sections inside his feet here are going to just shift down like so. So do the same thing on this side, just like that. And once you've done that, you can take the arm sections here and bring these in until they click into place like so. You can see 2 tabs, 2 slots, tab, slot. So just connect all of those there, and then the arm down here, there's also a little tab slot connection there, so you can just tab those together and then tab these together if they want to stay. Sometimes they don't. So tab all that in so it's looking like that. And then these, oops, didn't mean to do that yet. These little tabs are going to go into those slide sections that we flipped out earlier, so just tab those in and tab those in like so. And then only 2 more steps here. We're going to come over here and flip out these little panels to fill in those gaps on either side. And then we're going to come to these side panels here, undo these, flip these sections up, and then flip these in just like so. Also, if his butt plate isn't secure, there's a little port, a little thing right here, clip that into place. And then just do the same thing on this side, so flip this up, and then just tab that into place so it's nice and solid. And then you can bring the cab mode in for Magnus. Now note, if you are doing this with the transformation, once you get Magnus's cab mode and all this transformed, you do want to take the cab and just slide it forward like so. So that can happen. But also so the truck can actually, you know, move if you want it to. So yeah. That is it for the transformation. And then once you're done, also you can take these little shoulder things, and there's these little ports that you can plug these onto right there. So yeah, there you go. Can you see why I like this truck mode and that transformation so much? It has a lot of neat tricks and little things that it does to like correct itself, and like the gap fillers and the things with the legs are really cool. And the fact that the cab can actually detach from the trailer, and the trailer can be in its own thing, is so freaking nice. You can also store 4 deluxes in here if you want to. You can use this ramp and you can put 2 of them in here. And then you can do up here, you can bring this down, this second ramp down, but I'm not going to do it just because I don't really like doing that. And it doesn't look the greatest. And it's like this shoulders or his arm pauldrons don't really function as a really good ramp. So if it's me, just put the 2 cars in here and then put the other 2 deluxes up top yourself without doing a ramp. But yeah, really freaking sweet truck mode. Like, in all honesty, it is absolutely beautiful. He rolls really, really nicely too. Like, it's probably because of these pin wheels down here, but like, this is the smoothest giant truck roll I've ever seen on a freaking Transformers figure, and that is very, very nice. So there you go, there's the Transformers Series 86 Ultra Magnus. Incredibly solid figure, have 0 complaints with it. Like, it is that perfect. But it might not be my favorite figure in my entire collection. If you want to hint towards that, here it is. But we're gonna save that for his video when we get to it. But yeah, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button down below. If you want to see more from my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. If you want to see more from me, go ahead and check out my IG page, which is linked in my channel. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.